Never fear of missing out by clicking that subscribe button and becoming another member of the Babylonian family. Hey there everyone, it's me, Songs of Rage, back with another legendary guide to bring to you, and today it's about time that I brought to you the monster that is the Deathshield legendary automatic shotgun. Now, what is special about this? Well, it's everyone's favourite cup of tea when it comes to the tier 3 mod. It's the most sought after at the moment as far as I can tell, which is called Fortress. Now, receive up to 43% damage bonus based on your armour that you've got on yourself. Now, why is this so special? Because Killing Spree, which you can see also on this card as well, allows me to do an extra 75% weapon damage. So why would I be wanting something like this? Well, 43% damage bonus is based on everything you deal. That means we're talking gun damage, we're talking skills, we're talking basically any kind of damage that your character can inflict, so melee as well. So if you ever wanted to go into kind of melee build, you'll definitely be wanting this. So once you realise that this 43% damage bonus is based on everything you do, you know full well that you're going to be wanting this kind of mod. Now, this is perfect for devastators that are based on their skills. This is perfect for tricksters that kind of go into anomaly power. This is great for pyros that do rely on their skills. It's not so great for technomancers because they don't really benefit from their skills for this one. The only one that you'll really get some kind of use out of it is going to be for the minigun or rocket launcher kind of builds that are out there. But unfortunately, it's kind of better to go with firepower kind of bonuses for this for technomancers. So the gameplay you're going to see in the background, because it's a shotgun and because this mod isn't technically good for technomancers in some kind of capacity. I mean, it's good for pretty much everyone, but it's less so for technos. The gameplay is going to be decent. It's going to be pretty good, I suppose, but obviously it's not the best that it's going to be for a technomancer. So far on this channel, when it comes to legendary guides, we've had literally zero love for devastators out there, apart from the bulwark shotgun, just purely for the fact that it inflicts bleed. Well, now we've actually got the best kind of gun that's there for the devastator. We've got a mod that increases your damage for your skills. We've got a mod that increases your damage for your weapon. And it's a shotgun as well, and it's a pretty good shotgun as we talk about it. Like I said, the stuff in the background is that it'll just melt through. I mean, granted, I always put it pretty much on CT10s or around that kind of level, and the fact that this is not a gun that my build is designed for, and it still shreds through people, is just really goes to show how much versatility you can get out of this. The fact that you can then have a different class that's got a better kind of spec into this, and can utilize it to its fullest extent, so it can go up and beyond what I'm kind of showing you in the background, is just insane. You'll be wanting this, like I said, this is one of, like, you've got Fortress, Killing Spree, and Dark Sacrifice is also up there, but also Embalmer's Rage, and those are your 4 main perks that you're after, regardless of what build you're playing. But those are the 4 main perks that are out there, and Fortress is definitely going to be up the top end of that. I mean, it's probably easily pushes for either first or second in that. So how do you benefit from this full damage bonus that's out there? Well, there's a few theories that have gone around online. There's people that are saying it's based on how many thousands of armor that you've got. So 43,000 armor would be the ideal number you need to be able to get that full bonus. Obviously, anything that's up to there in thousands would be the bonus you would receive. There's people saying that it's down to damage mitigation. So when you actually look into your character, and it tells you how much armor you've actually got, how much reduction you have when you press shift on PC, just to be able to highlight that kind of thing. That will actually tell you what percentage of damage it gets reduced by when it comes into and hits you. So when it hits 43% on that, that's when you also get the full bonus. Now, I believe that's, from what I've seen in the Reddit community, that's around about the 25k mark. So between 25k and 43k apparently is the best place to be able to experience the full bonus of this. So if you're ever underneath 25k, you're not getting the full thing on this. I think it's just something that the community as a whole just needs to test it out a little bit more. But essentially, if you're ever over 40k armor, you're guaranteed to be getting this 43% damage bonus. Now, my character in the background is over 50k, I believe, and obviously I've got mods that as I start getting more and more kills, I will start going over that threshold. Unfortunately, I don't benefit from that when it comes to Fortress. It's just purely for damage mitigation at that point. I don't get any additional bonus. It's not the damage bonus is not based on total armor, so you don't need to worry about speccing into that kind of thing. I tried to do some mod testing just on a separate game at CT1, just to be able to lower it all down, just to try and make a nice little standard to be able to see what kind of damage increase it would affect the scrap grenade mod that also comes with the juggler. Now, unfortunately, it ended up becoming like a mini kind of juggler scrap grenade kind of test instead, because I then found out that there are ways to influence the damage that tier 3 mods actually do deal out. So things like just by themselves, just by freeze, and then also put in my blighted rounds kind of base skill. I found that all of these actually do affect the tier 3 mods, so this actually opens up my eyes to be able to do a little bit more testing on other guns. But I believe, from what I understand from the community, because there was no way of me being able to find out for definite without another Deathshield or just a different shotgun kicking around that also had the exact same damage, there was just no way to be able to, there was no like standard to be able to set from, there was no benchmark to be able to like work from. But from what I understand from the community, the scrap grenade does actually benefit from the 43%. Now don't take that my word on that, that is just purely seen as something I've seen, just hearsay I've seen on Reddit. But technically when we come to these kind of communities, when it comes to RPGs, the Reddit community actually do have some kind of like testing behind them. So I'd like to actually just take it with a pinch of salt, but that normally is the actual case. So that brings us on to the section where we talk about, is it the gun or is it the mod that makes it legendary? Now, the gun itself is pretty good. The damage it can inflict is great. The stats that it's got across the board are pretty good as well, and it also comes with a bit of close range damage on top of that, which is great. But also it comes with the mods. Now, the platform by itself, as we look at it for the gun, is great and probably one of the best things you can pick up as a trickster and a devastator, because you can benefit from the close range damage, you can benefit from your healing and your passive, and you can also spec into getting extra damage for shotguns. Now, the mods just by itself is great for pyromancers and technomancers. There are better things that you can pick up out there for technomancers if you're going for a firepower build, but if you are looking for an anomaly power build, then this is what you want to go for. This is just regardless of if you're doing any kind of anomaly power build for any kind of class, this is the mod that you want to grab, because as far as I'm aware, this is the only one that actually benefits in that kind of sense for a gun mod. Everything else is just armor mods. So if you look at it from a gun perspective, it only really benefits 2 classes. If you look at it from a mod side, it benefits all 4 in some kind of capacity. So really the mod is what makes it legendary. And if you ever come across one of these and you're playing as a class that doesn't need the gun, dismantle it straight away and put that straight into something, one of your guns, because even if it's just a backup gun that's benefiting from this, so if you ever do like a blighted rounds kind of build for a technomancer, you then have something to fall back on. Just on the side, and that will actually just increase your damage all over. Now, I'm thinking that maybe a nice little backup would be the funeral pyre that then calls down the meteor, but then put fortress on top of that to be able to increase the damage of the meteor. That's not a bad shout. I'm actually thinking I might go out, pop onto the game straight away and actually do that myself. And that is it, ladies and gents. That is the Deathshield shotgun. Now, I hope you've enjoyed the gameplay that's in the background. I hope you've enjoyed some of the testing that I've managed to do, and I hope that you found any of this informative and be able to increase any of your builds that are out there. If you did enjoy, please drop us a like and subscribe. As mentioned at the start of the video, it would greatly be appreciated. But as always, keep yourself safe, keep yourself well, and I'll see you on the next video.